Hello there, my friends. I hope you're all well and happy. Now, you may be wondering, Opal, where the heck have you been? I haven't heard from you in over 4 months. You can't just come back and act as if nothing has happened. I thought you were dead. And to that, I say, I am back and I am alive. I think I just ran out of motivation and needed to spend my summer in a way that was literally me just doing nothing, which was nice, I must admit. This channel is purely meant to be a place where I can share my work with people and also genuinely enjoy doing it. And sometimes I just don't have the time to sit down and make a video because school is annoying and constantly gets in the way. Like, I can't really do much in the week, and then at the weekend I have to do all my homework, and then there are other commitments I have in my life, and it can get very hectic. I'm sure everyone can relate. So I'm saying now, don't be upset if I do not upload for months. If you are someone who does get offended by those kinds of things, I'm sorry. But I'll probably always come back at some point, so don't worry. Anyway, today I have a very interesting video. Last Monday, a friend showed me a challenge that caught my attention. It's called the Inktober challenge. Basically, this is a traditional art challenge where you draw one thing in ink based on the daily prompts until the end of October, hence the name. However, there is a slight problem for me. You see, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm a digital artist. So I decided to bend the rules just a little bit. I'm just kidding, I pretty much scrapped the rules entirely. So instead of doing an ink drawing every day, I will just be drawing in any style I feel like on Procreate. It kind of defeats the point of Inktober, but I decided to do this challenge purely to help me broaden my skills and transfer them onto different animals, objects, etc. Also, I really just needed something to get me back into drawing often, because it had been a hot minute since I had opened Procreate, let me tell you. Another point, I will really try my hardest to upload a video every week about the drawings I did. But I cannot really see that happening with school and also end of topic tests coming up. But I will try. If I do not get any time at all, then I may post them on community as I would love to share them with you all. Alrighty, with that all out of the way, let's get on to this week's Inktober drawings. Day 1 was pretty interesting. The prompt was dream. Now, I would love to say that I definitely planned this piece and had a whole script ready to explain why this is even dream related in the first place. Alas, the truth is I missed day 1. I actually did this piece on a plane without reference, which is very impressive for me because my human drawing skills can be a little temperamental, but I actually really like this one, so I decided to recycle it for day 1. Fun fact, I am in a dance production for next year and the theme is also dreams, which in theory relate to aspirations and desires. In my opinion, this girl is looking up in a very dreamy, aspiring manner. Argue with me all you want, I even added a moon in the back. I'd rate this one a solid 7.5 out of 10. It's not the most detailed thing in the world, but I really like the lighting and the colour of her hair. Moving on to day 2, the prompt was spiders. At first I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to draw something that ain't cute. That is not true. I literally draw the cutest spider you've ever seen. I decided to go against all of the stereotypes and make this little dude fluffy, squishy, and 100% main character's adorable pet material. I also didn't have a lot of time on this day, so the drawing isn't that clean, it's a little bit sketchy, but in reality I really like doing that style. I'll give him a 7 out of 10. He's just too cute. Day 3 was a little bit vague. It was path. At first I went onto Pinterest and saw pretty sketches of bridges and waterfalls and I was like, ooh, that's cool. But then I saw this picture and decided to use it as reference because of the general vibes it gave me. It was like cozy, a bit natural, and generally just very comforting. FYI, I used references from Pinterest for most of these, and remember, there is nothing wrong with that. I actually feel that I've gotten better at copying them from references this week, and I'm quite proud. We can also see me suffering on the screen, writing things about how long it's taking to draw some stones and leaves. In reality, this only took under 2 hours. Oh wait, that's quite long. Just ignore that. The front undergrowth probably took the longest, and also, can we just appreciate my layers for a second? But yeah, I would say I kind of rushed the background because I was fed up. I think if it was a little bit more detailed, it would have looked a bit better. I like the lighting and steps, also the tree, but the rest is pretty meh for me. It's getting a 6 out of 10. Okay, day 4 was so messy. The prompt was literally just dodge. What am I supposed to do with that? Okay, so there is an automobile brand called Dodge, and I think some people may have just drawn a car, but I did not rush to get home a little bit earlier to draw a car, okay? I was pretty stumped and my brain started veering in the direction of like knife throwing, but then it became a wanted poster for some random bald guy. Don't ask. This is probably my least favorite of this batch because I really dislike the lighting in the wall. The wall is just so plain. Also, it's kind of out there theme-wise, so I'll give it a 4 out of 10. Now, day 5, I did not have time to draw on Thursday, so I cheated and did it on Friday. The prompt was map. I actually really like where I went with this one. I didn't follow the theme strictly, but I added elements of it instead. When I think of maps, I usually think of pirates. So I drew an ink pot and a quill, a map on the table with some very much real country names like Stantlevania. I also added a little parrot. I really like the textures and simplicity of this one. It's just so cute. It also looks really good once I added the paper texture at the end. I'll give this one a 7 out of 10 as well. And now we reach day 6. I loved this one, as the prompt was golden. Now I searched up golden on Pinterest and got pictures of golden retrievers mainly, but eventually a lion came up and I was like, ooh, lions, I like lions. And as I was looking for references for these massive animals, I just stopped for a second and I was like, man, why are these creatures so pretty? This isn't fair. Like seriously, you have these guys that are both cute, majestic, and scary at the same time, and then you have animals like this. No hate to proboscis monkeys. I mean, they're cool too, but the world just doesn't seem fair sometimes. This is the reference I ended up using, and I think this is when I noticed that my ability for drawing accurately from realistic pictures has improved a lot already. Like, it's not perfect and his face is a bit lopsided, but other than that, I think it's really good. I'm sorry. I also added the intense lighting to link more to the golden aspect. The background was a bit iffy and I kind of gave up in the end, but I still really like this guy. He may be my favorite of this week. I'll rate him 9.5 out of 10. Last but definitely not least, we have day 7, which is drip. Now, there are many possibilities for this word. I could have drawn honey dripping off a... what are those things called? A honey dipper. I could have done something random like a dripping moon, but no, I decided to draw a lovely eyeball. So I used this as a reference and began to draw this crying eye. I almost went rebellious and made the iris brown, but I gave up and switched back to blue. Not gonna lie, blue eyes are very pretty. Sometimes they look scary, especially when an adult has them. Like, the amount of times I've been scared of a teacher purely because of their blue eyes. They're just so piercing and it feels like a hole is being burnt through my forehead when they look at me. But when they're kind of in the middle, like this, it's really pretty. Anyway, to add more of the drippy aesthetic, I decided to make it have a watercolor texture. I really like how this turned out. I'll rate it a 9 out of 10. So that is week 1, 7 prompts, 7 drawings. First was Dream, rated 7.5. Then was Spider, rated 7. Then it was Path, rated 6. Next was Dodge, rated 4. Day 5 was map, rated 7 again. After that, day 6 was golden and it got 9.5. And finally, drip got a 9 out of 10. I hope you all enjoyed this video and continue to follow this Inktober challenge with me. It would mean a lot if you guys liked the video or left a comment. It gives me a lot of motivation and that might help me to pull through this month-long commitment. If you want to see more like this, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you know when I next emerge from the pile of schoolwork. That being said, hope you all have a wonderful week. But I did not rush to... I'm recording!
Wow.